As documentary struggles to grapple with the theme of trauma, specifically genocide and war, we see the adoption of fiction or practices of fiction as a means to express an understanding of trauma. In the case of Night and Fog, the poetic narration and music present throughout the film attaches a certain mood and elicits specific emotions that images alone cannot accomplish. In Hiroshima Mon Amour, the element of the personal is expressed through evocative performances. Through fiction, audiences may more aptly connect to instances of specific human suffering, especially in the case of the female protagonist who is followed throughout the course of the film. In the event of establishing connection with a character, our response to trauma invariably shifts. In some cases, fiction may be more suitable to address trauma than mass archival footage or strict historical nonfiction. Throughout the act of killing, the film gradually becomes more surreal and fictitious, as the killer's accounts of mass atrocity take precedence. Director Joshua Oppenheimer asks perpetrators of the Indonesian genocide to reenact instances of mass killings. In these reenactments, the status of the film as a documentary becomes ambiguous. In the largest reenactment of the film, Anwar Congo and the Panchasiya paramilitaries raid a village in search of purported communists. As the documentary adopts the form of reenactment to express the atrocities of the Indonesian genocide, we are reminded by the mantra of the Japanese architect in Hiroshima Mon Amour, that we have not really seen anything at all. While reenactment provides potential grounds for comprehension, this prospect is annulled when we remember the invalidation of the French actress's claims to witness, as she observes the reenactments of another mass atrocity. Like Night and Fog, the act of killing highlights the complicity of the viewer, who has no prior knowledge of the Indonesian genocide. In Night and Fog, Renee avoids using any ethnic or religious identification to demarcate the victims of the Holocaust. In this sense, the narrator implies, through lack of categorization, the absence of differences between the subjects of the documentary and the viewer. Renee posits that the Holocaust was an atrocity and a crime against all humanity, and illustrates our capability of involvement on either side of this occurrence. Similarly, the act of killing casts the American audience as complicit in their support of a government that sponsored the 1965 Indonesian genocide. Therefore, the reenactments of Oppenheimer's subjects are possible because of our spectatorship.